Alright guys, today we're going to look at some documents, and this is not the first time we've done this, so my model is going to be very quick, but I do want to kind of talk through the prompt. So if you'll look at your sheet of paper that looks just like this sheet of paper, we're going to look at the prompt, and we're going to I'm going to talk through what question it is we're going to answer. So as we go through our documents, we're going to see if our documents can help us answer this question. Alright, so right here, prompt. One of the most controversial turning points in history was the decision made by President Truman, which we just learned about, to use atomic weapons on Japan. We also have some background knowledge. We know why he used the weapon. We also know what happens when he uses them. In your opinion, was the decision to drop atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki a military necessity? So, did we have to do that? Was that absolutely necessary for us to drop the bombs for World War II to end? If not, was it justifiable for a reason other than military necessity? Alright, so essentially what we're going to look at is, did we need to use atomic bombs? As a military necessity. That writing is awful, but I've said it out loud. So that essentially is what we're going to be looking at as we go through these documents. All right. You'll see right here, I have the guiding questions for the summary and analysis. These are not new, but as I go through document A, which is on the bottom of your sheet, I want you to write down the guiding questions that I use to create the summary and then also to create the analysis. All right, let's go. So I see document A. So the first thing I'm going to ask myself is, what do I see? All right, so what do I see? I see, obviously, it's document A. I see the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. So I know what this is. I also see some words down here, so I'm going to read them. The USS Arizona, which I'm going to naturally assume that's what that is, burned for 2 days after the Japanese attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor. The wreckage of the Arizona remains at the bottom of Pearl Harbor, where it still leaks a quart of oil daily. Alright, so I see a picture. I know what is happening. I know this happened when Japan attacked America at Pearl Harbor. That's what I see. So the second question is, what is the basics? What's the summary of this document? So a summary of this document is the USS Arizona was one of the ships attacked in Pearl Harbor by the Japanese. All right, very simple. I need you to remember, when we do write a summary, we're looking at the bare basics, that mini skirt, right? What is the bare basics? It covers the bare basics by the Japanese. All right. So, analysis. How can I use this document to answer our question? We saw on the top that our question asks us, did we need to use the atomic bombs? Was that a military necessity? So the first thing that I need to ask myself when I'm looking at analysis is, what is our question asking? I just answered that. I'll say it again. Did we need to drop the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki as a military necessity? So that's the question that we have to answer. The second thing I need to ask myself is, how can I use this document to support that question? I think this document, which shows the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, I think I can use this to support that it was a military necessity. So I'm just going to write military MN for military necessity, because this shows that American citizens were killed and we needed retribution. So it was military. We were attacked on our land, so we needed to go and we needed to finish it. So It was retribution for American lives lost. All right. I'll put that there so that's not confusing. All right. Last. So we're going to go back to what you should have up here. So right now you should already have things written here. But because I'm nice, we're going to go through and look at them again. So the first thing that I ask myself is, what do I see? Right? And the second thing is, what is a summary or bare basics? All right? And then when we look at analysis, we're looking to see how we can use that document to support the question. Remember, this is the question. This is the question that all of the documents are going to have you either support military necessity or not. All right? So the first question when we're looking at analysis is, what is the question asking? And then the second thing is, how can I use this document to answer the question? All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to use these questions, and you're going to choose 4 of the 6 documents that I give, and you're going to do a summary and analysis for each one. Remember, we are working on this because on the AP test, you need to be able to very quickly look at a document, determine what it says, and then determine how you're going to use it. So we've got to start doing this much faster. All right? And scene.